Senior positions in banking have traditionally largely been held by men, but in Cambodia, a New Zealand-educated woman is breaking the mould. At just 35 years old, Chea Serey is a Director General of the Central Bank here in Phnom Penh. Serey manages 150 staff in 5 different divisions at the bank, and she's also passionate about delivering financial services to Cambodia's poor. Chea Serey, it's lovely to meet you. Thanks very much for talking to us today.
Thank you for allowing me to speak with you.
You're a really inspiring example of a woman who's still only in her mid-30s, and here you are as the Director General of the National Bank of Cambodia. What path did you take to get to this position?
I did join the central bank quite early on. I joined right after I finished my studies. And I was coming at a time when there were restructurings going on in the banking system, and the bank wanted to strengthen its banking supervision function. So I was placed in that supervision department. And I've seen the banking system evolved since then, and I was able to get promotions as it goes on.
You did a Bachelor of Commerce at Victoria University. You graduated in 2002. What can you gain from an overseas education in a country like New Zealand?
I think being exposed to a developed country like New Zealand, I think there's a lot of eye-opening experiences to learn from. The way people live, I mean, even the traffic on the road is something that you probably won't learn in university or school, but you see how neat and how people respect the traffic rules and so on and so forth. I mean, that is something that a country like Cambodia, if you've seen the traffic here, can learn from. In terms of university experience, having been in a system that is quite strict in terms of curriculums and syllabus and so on, when I experienced the New Zealand education system, it was heaven for me. I remember going to school about 3 days a week, and then I would have about 3 hours a day of class to attend. And the rest of it was pretty much free time. But I don't think that the system itself wanted to be meant as free time, but I think it was time that is meant to learn and experience and do some research. So in a way, how I interpreted it was that I was taught how to think rather than taught what to think, and I was really able to awake my sleeping intellect.
What actually took you to New Zealand to study in the first place?
The first reason was because I had family there, so it was easy to have a place to stay. The second was, I think, comparatively speaking, the tuition fee was more affordable. And third, it was because I wanted to study accounting, and I was told that accounting studies in New Zealand University, Victoria University, is one of the best in the world. So it sort of everything fall into places, so here I come.
Do you agree? Was it one of the best in the world?
Accounting will always be accounting, but it's the way it was taught that was interesting, and it's a package of all this.
You had studied at school in France. Why did you not stay in that part of the world?
I really liked Paris, but it was a bit far from home, and I wanted somewhere closer. The other thing that I also realized was that if I want to come back to Cambodia, I needed English. That my French it's a very beautiful language, but if I were to come back to Asia or ASEAN as it is, I need to learn English. I had to go to a place where English is the language taught at in universities.
Did anything in your New Zealand education help equip you for what you do in your job today and influence you in the way you do that job?
As I mentioned earlier, is the way the system or the university taught me how to think rather than what to think, and that's really affect how I manage my staff. I don't impose my views on them, like in New Zealand a professor would not impose their view on a student, but they are free to bring out their own thinking. I mean, the professor might want to challenge you, but it doesn't mean that you're wrong. It's all up to what sort of argument you can bring about to your positions. So that somehow, I apply it back in my work in managing myself, and that's been working very well because it's more empowering for my staff too.
What advice would you have to any young Cambodian considering studying in New Zealand?
I would say that I studied accounting, and at that time Cambodia needed just anyone who has been educated. At this stage, I think we can be a bit more selective on what kind of skill we need for the country, and I've been observing there's a lot of accountants and finance, but there's not enough engineers, there's not enough architects, there's not enough scientists. Those are the skill that is needed for the country. And I think New Zealand, what it could probably offer in terms of education, apart from accounting, which is an excellent place to study, I think New Zealand is very strong in tourism studies, very strong in agriculture. I can see a lot of similarities. In terms, Cambodia is also, tourism is one of our main source of incomes and source of growth, and so is agriculture. So that is something that I think Cambodian students can learn from New Zealand, not just in the classroom, but also what they can observe in the street or in different events they attend, and also the people. And I find the Kiwi one of the most friendly people in the world.
So you would have no hesitation in recommending it as a place to study?
Oh, I would send my children there myself. So they already told that their next step will be New Zealand.
Oh, well, we look forward to that. Serey, thanks very much. It's really great to hear from you.
Thank you.